Hi folks, and welcome to the Pipnotic Symposium for the 29th of October 2020. This is my first video for a week or two actually. We've had a significant number of videos going out each day related to the currency strength algo trader being tested. So I've been taking the back seat a little bit and really enjoying that perspective and being the guy in the back and seeing how a lot of the users of the algo are finding ways to use it and to tweak it and what results they have managed to get as a result. It's been really fascinating, and testing is still undergoing, and it's moving very quickly. A lot of people involved with the project, which is very, very exciting. But today I'm going to talk about the UTrust token, UTK. And UTrust is a really exciting company. They started quite a while ago, and I think you could refer to them as being maybe the PayPal of crypto. And they caught my eye maybe three and a half years ago. And I got involved pretty early on because I thought that it was a really remarkable technology, and there's enormous room in the market for someone like UTrust to fit into nicely. They also have a really cool young team of pioneers in the way they're thinking, and so I think it's an awesome project. But today we're going to have a look at the UTK token crossed with the American dollar. We're going to start all the way back, looking at everything that we have. And I'm using TradingView charts, and I don't normally use TradingView, but this is where I could get a price feed from Bitfinex, so this is what we'll use for our analysis. So you can see here we're on the monthly chart, and so we have absolutely everything here that goes all the way back to May of 18 up to current day. And you can see we have it looks like a pair of bum cheeks, as you can see, the left cheek and then the right cheek, and now price is coming back down. And when you see something like that, there's some interesting clues going on. And when I see price moving up to an area like this and then retreating, I'm seeing price move into a sell zone. And if you look at this, you can see that while you can't see the details of it in this price chart, you can see that, I mean, price obviously was interesting to sell at the highs of this candle here. Okay, and price came up to that level and then left. So we had a lot of selling, potential pending orders, or a lot of just general interest to sell the UT coin and buy American dollars at this price point here. But notice historically now that this price point, so this supply or resistance becomes demand, was removed very, very aggressively. And you can see as well that, I mean, we just had enormous push high here all the way down here from the bottom. And as I mentioned, you can't see the details, so we'll have to go to the weekly chart. We have price moving higher. We have the slingshot pull back, and the slingshot is telling us where we have a price sensitive price window. Okay, so we have the slingshot was pulled back and then we released. Price visited this area again, almost to the pip, and now we moved up to it, we rejected, and now we moved up to it. And so now you have to identify these accumulation candles, and we have a pretty clear method for doing that, and it's not very complicated. You want to find candles that have traded within a range of previous candles, because this is just telling us where we have liquidity being distributed on one side of the market and accumulated on the other side of the market. And when price is moving higher, well, then it was accumulated on the buy side of the market. Okay, so we have these really quiet trading windows, and then we had a big push higher. So we have actually a couple of price windows here. The first one being the low of these candles prior to this candle. So if I really zoom in, we have this candle, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 accumulation candles, and then we have a departure. And the reason I refer to these as accumulation candles is because they're not really doing anything. They are non-directional candles in that they are not showing strength either to move higher or weakness to move lower. So you can see on this candle we had a lot of strength to move higher. Nothing is happening here, and then price moved very strongly high here. And if you look at these two candles, these ones are related and these ones are related, but this one and this one, they are not related. So we have actually two areas of accumulation, and so this is actually between these two candles and these two candles, there is going to be some kind of a run high, or some kind of an accumulation or a continuation pattern between these 2 weeks of trading and these 2 weeks of trading. And then, so this is when the fireworks started. Price moved higher. Okay, we had a tiny wick to the downside, none to the upside, which is showing a lot of strength. We had a very bullish week. Then we had a week of uncertainty, another one, and then we had a very, very clear push. Here you had no wicks to the upside, a bigger wick to the downside, and here we had the explosion Okay, and so when this happens, price will almost always come back to the origin of the candle that left the area of accumulation. And so you'll ask yourself, well, where is the accumulation? Well, notice that this candle here, the body of this candle, is not quite within the range of the previous candle, which is telling us that we have this week of accumulation, and then prior to that we have 2 weeks of accumulation, then we have 1 week, and then we have another week here, which is the bullish move higher. And so if you really want to generalize, you could say that these candles are related, this one is not, and this one is not. And so you want to look to, first of all, the low of the candle that left, which is this one here, and this becomes a price sensitive level, which is right here where price currently is. You can see price is sitting on it. What's happening now is price is moving lower to attract buyers, and so price is kind of gnawing away. It's beginning to consume liquidity that is located below price, and so now it's moving into these perhaps small pools of liquidity, these buyers, and it'll keep feeding down until supply and demand is pushed out of balance. And currently price is pretty quiet. We're just slowly wriggling lower. We're trying to attract these low prices. We're trying to find those bigger limits in the market, but we haven't quite found that yet. So if you look at this, well, you need to understand, you need to pinpoint what's going on in this little price structure here in order to find that. So if we have a look on the daily chart, maybe there'll be a little bit more clarity. Typically you have a period of agreement, then price leaves, then price will pull back, so the slingshot will be pulled back, and then it'll leave. Okay, so you need to find out where price left from, because this is where the window of bullish liquidity resides. So this is a very attractive price. How do you know? Because this is where price left from when it moved higher. Okay, so you need to find these small windows, and you can find these by identifying these lows. And you can see we had one here. Okay, price here, price came back to it here, and then price left. But you can also see here that price has moved back to this little area here. And when price does this, okay, when price moves up and then moves down, there is no demand on this side of the market. There's no demand here. The demand is here. Okay, and so what I like to do is I like to mark the chart off, actually change it. Let me change the colors here, where we have the buy side and we have the sell side. So the buy side of the market is over here. Okay, it's around here. And then you have the sell side of the market, which is the other side. And this is just a really good way to help ourselves not buy and sell on the wrong side of the market. Okay, so on this side you're only allowed to sell, on this side you're only allowed to buy. And so is this the green side here? It's not, which means that we are not buying based on patterns that we can see somewhere in here. We're only focusing on stuff, on patterns that we can see in the other side of the market, which are here. Okay, over here we do not have demand, we have price reacting to demand, which is over here. Okay, so just a really nice way to help do that. And so now price is digging lower, it's gnawing into this and these pools of liquidity here. And I like to use the metaphor pancakes, where you have, like, let me see if I can draw that. So we have a plate. Let's draw the plate here, and on that plate we have pancakes. I just draw pancakes like that. So if you have a bunch of people around the table and they're looking for a pancake, they're all hungry, what will normally happen? Well, normally the first guy will come with his fork, and his fork will go into the plate and it'll hit the first pancake. And once that pancake has eaten, well, the next guy will have to move his fork a little bit deeper into the plate of pancakes, like so. And once that one is gone, then have to go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper until the plate is gone. And when that happens, you have to look lower. Oops. Sorry, just had to refresh the chart there. And so right now price is looking for pancakes, and you can see that we have some pancakes here. Let me mark these off green. We have quite a lot. We have something here, and you see how price went up, then we came down, we moved sideways, we came up, we moved down, and we moved sideways before we left. So we have another one here. Okay, and for that we have the beginning of the buying zone, which is the absolute low of the deepest pullback to this area of demand since the departure. So last time price came to this area, we went all the way up here. And now we're getting pretty close to the beginning of the buy zone. And so this is telling me that when price comes down to this area here, we're probably going to start to attract, what is this? This is the UTK Bitcoin. Good Lord. Okay, I was on the dollar when I refreshed my chart. Now with the UTK Bitcoin, I was looking at the prices here and thinking that things looked a little bit strange. Doesn't matter. But when price comes to this price point here, so the low here, this is when we're going to start to onboard buyers. So this is where we are going to start to accumulate positions long. Okay, and you can see we had a huge explosion. Now price is having a bit of a breather. So this is orders, this is demand, this is the reaction to the buying here, like the breather, the profit taking, and kind of the aftermath of an explosive move. And so now price is kind of gravitating. It's moving in the direction of thinnest liquidity, which is obviously lower. Okay, and the thin liquidity ends at about the low of this candle here. So when we get to this little price point here and this one just below it, this is when we're going to start to onboard some long positions. Essentially, you want to look for the origin of a big move. I'm just going to draw this just to make it super clear. So you need the origin. Price is moving sideways, then you have price moves up, you have a slingshot that's pulled back, then you have the huge move. Okay, so this is the big move from here down to here, and this here, this is the origin. To write it with my mouse, not very easy. This is the origin just here. And so you want to look for here, and this is telling us where the beginning of the buy zone starts, and it starts here and it goes below. So if price moves beyond this price point here and lower, this is a very attractive price for any asset. This is the UTK across with Bitcoin, but it can also be a stock or a commodity or a currency pair or absolutely anything. Okay, and you can see that happening right here. This is the origin of this move up to here. We're getting very close to that origin now, so we can expect some interest to buy once price starts to wriggle down here. Okay, good. Well, I'm going to keep this a little bit short. If you have any questions, please drop them in the Discord channel or the comments below. And once again, thanks for watching.